I wasn't a Cub Scout when I was younger, but I was involved in a baseball team, and come to find out that some of my friends on the baseball team that went to different schools around the community were also involved in Scouts. So I went to check out the local Boy Scout meeting. I had been interested, but had never been able to connect with a unit. But a mutual friend said, "Oh, I know those guys," and so I went down to meet them at Troop 1 Greenville, and sure enough, so it was kind of like some friends being involved that got me involved the first time. My father had always been a sports guy, but sports wasn't my strong suit. The baseball team we were on was not a good baseball team, but we had fun with each other, hanging out and stuff. So. But my father was a scout himself in South Providence and made it up to Life Scout, but wasn't able to make it to Eagle Scout because his troop fell apart because of a lack of adult leadership. You look back in like the sort of early 50s in South Providence, and the world was changing, and people were moving, and the troop fell apart, and he did not have the chance to finish. And I think that was something I took with me when I started in the program, and he told me about that. And that, I think, has guided my whole experience now as I look back on my whole time in scouting. I think back, that was a good connection for my father and I. And when my little brother came along in scouting, my father would come camping, and I think that was a good way for us to connect. And I think as that sort of family and foundational thing has been an important part of my scouting experience. Cooking is always a big part of our troop experience, right? I have a lot of experience from working in restaurants. I ran the food at Yawgoog for several years, so cooking is a big thing that we like to do. And of course, it's such an important part of camping. You want to be able to get out, eat, and it's a good opportunity to cook new and interesting things in new and interesting ways. And over the years, sometimes you get a scout that's really excited, that says, "Hey, I'm coming on this camp out, I'm gonna make a Dutch oven cookie." And sure enough, Sean came and he got all the stuff together and he made his Dutch oven cookie. And then we go to bite into the cookie and it was incredibly salty. And you come to find out after that he had switched the salt and sugar portions in his recipe. So like, he brought the pre-portioned sugar and salt, but he just used the wrong portions. We ended up having salt cookies. But the next camp out he came on, he got it right, and he made a fantastic cookie. He was determined to get it right and overcome that, and he made a fantastic cookie the next time he came camping. I remember, one time we were headed up Mount Monadnock, and we were on our way up, and we kind of, stop. You get up to like sort of the first clearing where you can kind of see out, and you can see the horizon in the distance. And we get up into this, into this open area, and I turn around, and one of the scouts is on the ground crying. And I said, "Oh, yeah, isn't it really awe-inspiring and beautiful?" And he's like, "No, Mike, I'm desperately afraid that I'm going to fall off this hill." Like that, and that just, because he'd never been involved on a hill that tall. So it was an eye-opening experience, but he made it to the top, and he summited, he made it to the top, and he was just fine. The next time it was not a big deal. He came the next time we did it. Yeah, right. Because guys, I have a whole resume. We haven't even talked about Campmaster, Yawgoog Alumni Association, Railroading Camporee, E-Prep Weekend. Come on guys, I've got now E-Prep Weekend 12 years.